Yo, 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 good morning. Good morning. It is a Friday. What's the date? I always forget this early because these days they just run together. You know what I'm saying? It is Friday, January 12th. Welcome to the 5:30 a.m. Rise and Grind. Y'all know me. It is Glenn Lundy coming in from Paris, Kentucky, where we are getting ready to have a winter weekend frenzy. It is going to be crazy, crazy cold today. Crazy cold. And we're going to hope, I think they're telling us we're going to get a little weather later. We're going to get a little snow. So let's get in here. Let's get everybody in here. Go ahead and share the feed. We're going to talk about a couple things this morning. And so as you guys are doing that, I'm going to say good morning to my man, Alan Smith, Mr. John Hinkson in the house this morning. Robbie Toomey, hope you're having a good workout. I know Robbie's already working out this morning. Chip's in here with us. What's up, Chip? Good morning. Mr. Adam, Mr. Charlie, Nathan, Scott, Linville in here, back-to-back days for the Rise and Grind. Good morning, Miss Adrian Blackburn, Travis Campbell, Clayton, Lesack, Bob, Sophia, Dolly, Mitchell. Look at all these crazy Rise and Grinders on a Friday morning. I love it. I love it. Give yourself a round of applause this morning for getting up early on the Rise and Grind on a Friday while everybody else is sleeping out there. We're up here putting in work. What's up, Chip? My man Chip, how are you doing this morning? Nathan, rise and shine, baby. We about to rise and grind. That's right, guys. Hey, everybody. It is a cold weekend up ahead. We have a very cold weekend up ahead, but I, for one, am excited about it. Now, I don't know if I know you probably have. I've seen it in the news, seen it at the grocery store, seen it everywhere, but it's kind of nuts, man. I am from Flagstaff, Arizona. That's where I originally grew up. Does it feel pretty good out there right now, Daddy? Nice. I am from Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay. Now, Flagstaff is a very unique place. Flagstaff, Arizona is a city that's basically on top of the mountain. Okay. It's a city on top of a mountain in Arizona. For those of you that haven't been out there, Arizona is not all desert. It actually has all kinds of different climate zones. So, Flagstaff is a place where it snows like 6 months out of the year. That's just standard. We just get a ton of snow. And when I say it snows in Flagstaff, I'm talking like feet on top of feet overnight. It snows. And as a kid, I remember, and this isn't one of those, walking uphill both ways in the snow type stories. This is legit. But as a kid, I just remember that when it would snow a lot, we would you know, we had to go to school. I mean, there might be a snow day schedule where things would be delayed a little bit. Instead of being at school at say 8:15, we might have until 8:45, just a little bit extra time to get through the snow. But we went to school. I mean, they didn't just shut down schools. So it has been an interesting experience for me out here in Kentucky because on the news, all they did on the news was just announce that it is likely to be snowing later today, like tonight even. Like they're saying there's probably going to be some snow tonight starting at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that, and some ice and through the weekend. And so because there might be some snow and ice a little bit later, they've shut down everything. they've shut down all the schools already. They've shut down all the basketball games for the weekend. Everything has been shut down. My lips, I feel like my lips are extra red this morning. Everything has been shut down in the city because of this winter possible weekend storm that isn't even here yet. And I just think it's funny, man. People are hitting up the stores and they're running around in a frenzy and they're loading up on their waters, gallons of waters, and they're getting all their bread and they're clearing the shelves. And it's like a big, it's like Black Friday out there for the essentials. So it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. But speaking of Flagstaff, I had an interesting experience this week. My daughter, my oldest daughter, her name is Kira Ariel. She's going to be 19 years old. And my oldest daughter, her and my 8-year old, Savannah Rain Lundy, they had a sleepover last night. Okay. Now, my oldest still lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's where she was raised by her mother. That's where she lives. And of course, I live in Kentucky, and I've got my 5 kids here that are my Savannah being my oldest, my 8-year old. And so, what this morning, they had to sleep over, and I walk up here this morning and I see them sleeping on the couch together over here, the 8-year old and my 19-year old, or soon to be 19-year old. And it was just a moment that I had to pause and reflect on real quick, because there was a period in my life, there was a period of time where my oldest, Kira, she wasn't in my life. She had been taken. I shouldn't say taken, but the state I had lost custody of her. As far as the state went, I didn't have any rights to spend time with her. You see, when she was 6 years old, her mother and I didn't get along very well at all. I was the kind of guy that was still making quite a bit of poor choices, and things were, just not good between her mom and I, just not good at all. And so when she was 6 years old, I had sent her off with her mom. I had sent her off with her mom for the weekend. She stayed with me, and she stayed with her mom. We really didn't have anything set up in court as far as who saw her when. Her mom worked like 24, 48-hour shifts and stuff with the ambulance company. I obviously worked, in the car business. And so we just did what we could with our schedules to make it work. And so my daughter, she went with her mom for the weekend. She was supposed to come back to me on Sunday. And that Sunday, I remember I was sitting on the couch and there was a knock on the door, and I assumed it was my daughter coming back to spend some more time with me. But when I opened the door, it was actually a process server. There's a process server, and the process server gave me, some papers and told me that I'd been served, and let me know that my ex was seeking full custody of my child, and that she didn't want me in her life anymore. And so I kind of panicked at the time. I didn't know what to do, and I sought legal advice, and my financial situation was not one, not a good one, because I spent a lot of time just blowing through my money. And so it wasn't a good financial situation. I wasn't in a good position. I wasn't necessarily a good person at the time. And so in the state of Arizona, it's a mother's rights state, and her mom and I were not married. So I had 30 days to do something about this, and 30 days wasn't enough time. I wasn't in a position to do something about it. And so just like that, she was gone. And after, raising her for 6 years, I now was at a point where I couldn't see her. I wasn't allowed to spend time with her, any of that stuff. And so it was kind of a devastating time in my life. And it's when I decided to go through some transitions and start to change the ways that I was kind of doing things. And I started to travel, and my whole life went on a whirlwind after that, which I'm not going to go into the whole whirlwind because we only got 15 minutes on the Rise and Grind, and we're not supposed to be talking about sad stuff. But here's the point. So she was taken away from me, and for 8 years, I didn't get to experience her. For 8 years, I missed out on her birthdays. I missed out on her growing up. I missed out on all the things that she loved as a child. I missed out on all those times. I missed out on all those moments for 8 long years. And it wasn't until I got my life, I got my act together. It wasn't until I became a person that a less selfless person. It wasn't because it wasn't, it wasn't until I started working on me and was able to work on that relationship with her mom that she came back. So after 8 years, she was able to come back into my life. I finally had my stuff together. I was working at Dan Cummins. I was selling cars. I was married. I had other kids. So I finally got my stuff together. And once I got my stuff together, I was able to bring her back in. And now here she is at 18 years old. Her and my 8-year-old are sleeping on the couch, having a moment together that they never would have had, if I wouldn't have got my act together. And so what I want to share with you guys this morning, the lesson that I want us all to learn is I know that the world gets busy and crazy, and sometimes we can feel like we're maybe victimized in certain situations, or maybe that, we're out of control. There's things that are out of control that are going on in your life possibly. And so the message that I want to share with you this morning is focus. I guess the real message is to make sure you've taken a look in the mirror. Okay, let's make sure we all take a look in the mirror. You see, when my daughter was taken away from me, I wasn't necessarily a very good father. I wasn't a very good provider. I wasn't the alpha lion. I wasn't taking care of business. I wasn't rising and grinding. I wasn't getting up early and getting out early and making a difference in people's life. I wasn't adding value to people's life. I was taking versus giving at that point in my life. And what I've learned is when you take, God has no problem taking from you. When you give, God has no problem giving to you. And so let's take a look in the mirror and let's say, okay, wait a minute. Am I okay? Am I okay spiritually? Am I okay physically? Am I taking care of business? Am I taking care of business? And if the answer is no, then we got to get on this train, boys. We got to get it together, man. We got to pull it together. We got to set up a plan. We got to say, all right, I'm going to start with this one little thing. I'm going to start doing this one little thing consistently and differently every single day. I'm going to start there, just one thing, okay? You can't tackle a mountain. You can't take the whole mountain all by yourself and just try to shove it over, okay? That's not going to work. We just take a rock. We take one little rock each day and we say, okay, I'm just going to get a little bit better in this area. I'm going to become a little bit more consistent in this area. Maybe it's rise and grind, right? Maybe it's rise and grind. I'm just going to consistently get up at this time every single day. I'm just going to do this one action every single day, and that is the beginning of my life transformation. That's where it's going to start. Okay, and maybe you're going to say, I am going to consistently make sure to add value to someone else's life every single day. Maybe it's you wake up every single day and if you're having relationship issues, maybe you wake up every single day and you say, okay, I am going to make sure to send my wife a text message or my husband a text message every single day and make sure they know I appreciate them. Little things, one little step at a time until we get to the point where we have made a change within ourselves. And that's when the world starts to change around us, is once we start to make the change within ourselves. The other reason I wanted to share this story with you guys is if you're dealing with any struggles, if you're dealing with any pain, if there's anything, out there that you just wish would go away, I want you to know that time has the power to heal all wounds. Time has the power to heal all wounds. My daughter was out of my life for 8 years. I never thought I'd see her again. Now she's on the couch with my 8-year-old. Her mom and I never thought I'd get along with her. Now we get along incredibly. We get along great. It's amazing. Time heals all wounds. So you got to start looking in the mirror, taking steps every day to becoming a better person, becoming a person, a provider, a better provider, a person that's adding value. And then understand that time is the bad boy. Time is the changer. Time exists. It's there for you, okay? All right, cool. Now, with that said, we talked a little bit about the snow. You struggling right now, Frank? Hey, buddy, man. Listen, Frank. I get it. I get it, buddy. I totally get it. I've been through it, man. There's no struggle that I have not been through. I assure you, okay? But look, man, Frank, you are a part of a group right now. This crew right here, Rise and Grind, this crew right here, man, we're here for you. All these guys in here, man. Frank, jump on here with Nathan Scott Linville. Become his friend, man. Jump on here with Zach Toomey. Become his friend, man. Jump in here with Robbie Toomey. These are all good guys and girls, man. Dolly Mitchell's gone through some struggles, buddy. Frank and Dolly, man, if you guys could connect, Frank, I'm sorry that you lost your daughter, bud. Seriously, man, I'm sorry that you lost your daughter. That's terrible, dude. It's terrible, for real. I get it. It's terrible, but I'm telling you, come together in community, come together in a group, work a little bit each and every day. Just work a little bit each and every day. Remember that we're all spiritual beings. We're all spiritual beings, man. We're spiritual. God is here. He's here with us. He's here with you. He brought you to the group this morning so that we can lift you up, you know. And Stephanie, man, message needed for you. You know, that's what this is all about. This is why I get up at 5:30 or at 4:50 and then jump on here at 5:30, man. This is what it's about. Okay, we live in an awesome stinking place right now. We live in an awesome time, an awesome world where people from all over the United States, we can all pull together at 5:30 in the morning if we want to. We can pull together and lift each other up. So you guys make sure you friend Frank Rivera on here. Give Frank your friend request, man. Let's encourage Frank. Let's lift him up this weekend. And Stephanie said she needed this message. Let's continue to lift Stephanie up, and let's make this something special, man. Not just another podcast, not just another self-help, nothing like that. Let's make it real. Let's make it raw. Let's make it a group. Let's make it a community, you know, because I love you guys. You guys encourage and fuel me, and I want to be able to do the same for you. I really, really do. So I'm gonna get off here because I gotta get over to the gym. It is a winter frenzy getting ready to go on out there. We got everybody in fear. Everybody's contracting. So at Dan Cummins, what we're going to do is we're going to expand this weekend. We're going to offer a huge sale on all our stuff. And so it's going to be busy, busy this weekend. And I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are excited for your weekend. Be safe. I think I saw that Zach Toomey's in here. Hey, thanks, darling. I think this shirt, this will be this is the I Grind shirt. We're gonna be working on getting some of these for everybody in the group. But Robbie. I know it really is. Hey, Jackson here. That's awesome. Natasha, what's up, Natasha? Well, good morning, my dear. Welcome to the Rise and Grind. We're on the backside. We're running a little bit late today, but I'm glad you're here this morning. Is this a Monday through Friday thing? First time in? Yes, Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m., typically 15 minutes. I've run a little bit over today because my boy Frank Rivera needs some love. Frank, I love you, man. We love you. The members of this group love you. God loves you, brother. God loves you, my friend. And the good news is you woke up this morning, you're rising, and you're grinding. That means that there's still a plan for you, that there's still an impact for you to make on this earth. It is your duty, your obligation, and your responsibility to take what God has given you and go out there and add value to this world. That is your duty. So this morning, Frank, I need you to look in the mirror. I need you to look in the mirror and say, hey, time heals all wounds. I know you're hurting, buddy, but time heals all wounds. So you got to get it together. You got to pull it in. You got to start working one day at a time. One little thing each and every day. One little thing each and every day to just keep getting better. Keep adding value. All right, brother? All right. Natasha Brooks grinding. She knows what that's all about. She knows what that's all about. For real. Leah Sabino back from Arizona. Man, I could stay on here all day, but for real, I've got to go work out. It's going to be a big weekend. I got to go work on these guns. I could stay in here because I love it. I didn't know this morning's meeting was going to take a turn like that. But anyways, guys, we'll be here. Enjoy your weekend. I'm not going to be I'm going to be rising and grinding, but I'm not going to be popping on the show. I'm going to take my Saturday and Sunday. Spend some time with this wonderful, beautiful, big family that I've got. But you guys have an awesome, stinking weekend. Stinking. Yeah, something like that. You guys have an awesome weekend. I will see you Monday morning as we rise and grind. Have a big, big weekend. Thanks, Alan. You have a great day.